Hi, everybody, here at Minute Maid Park as we get set to launch the ALCS. The Astros and the Yankees meet yet again. Pleasure to be joined by longtime sports director at WNBC New York, Bruce Beck. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, Randy.
Seems like we've run into each other quite a bit since 2017, really 2015 when they had that wild card game in New York. You've been in New York for, what, how many years now? 40 years?
Over 40 years, 26 with WNBC.
Wow, and so you've covered this team a lot. You know this team well. You know these players well. What is the mindset coming into the series from the Yankees' perspective?
I think they've got a little bit of momentum, even though that they're kind of running on fumes following the series against the Guardians, where it went 5 tough games against the youngest team in baseball.
Yeah.
But I still believe that this Yankees team only thinks about one thing, and that's winning a world championship. But it hasn't happened since 2009. I think this team is equipped in some ways to make a charge, but I still think they're the underdog in this series. I think the Astros lineup is better. I think the Astros pitching is better. But with Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton, you just never know.
Absolutely, they can do damage in a hurry. I want to ask you, what was it like? You know, they got off to such a great start, and then they hit the skids a little bit before. Was it right before the All-Star break, and then afterwards? Was there panic going on, like what's happening with the Yankees?
I think there was an amazing start, one of their best starts ever. And then all of a sudden, they were 38 games over 500, and you knew it couldn't last forever.
Yeah.
And then a multitude of injuries to the bullpen and some of the starters, and all of a sudden, they couldn't hit. And they couldn't win games. I mean, there were games where they wouldn't hit for the whole ball game, and sometimes for 2 or 3 games in a row. And then they kind of found their way. They went 20-9 down the stretch and regathered somewhat and gained a little bit of momentum and confidence going back to the postseason. But people were questioning, is this Yankees team going to be any good when they get to October? And are they even going to win the division? The lead went from 14 or something down to 3.5, 2.5. So it got crazy.
All right, so a lot of attention on this series, as you well know. This has become a nice rivalry. I did a story last night. It's since that 2015 wild card game when this journey began for the Astros, and then they met again in 2017. They beat them. They went on to win the World Series. There's some bad blood, maybe. Do you sense it's still that way from a New York perspective?
There is, as far as the fans go, as far as the media goes, but just Aaron Judge, Aaron Hicks, and Luis Severino are left in that 2017 team.
Right.
And a lot of the Astros have changed, not as many, but I think that this bad blood and Aaron Judge saying that he was sick to his stomach about what happened in 2017 with the sign stealing scandal, it still permeates, and I still think it is something that we talk about, and it adds to the rivalry. It adds to the series. The series is great because we can talk about that bad blood, but the bottom line is the Astros have won every time, including that one-game playoff at Yankee Stadium. So the Yankees have to figure out a way to beat the Astros at some point. Honestly, I think this might be the year. I know everyone is saying it's the Astros again, and I totally believe they're the better team and they're the favorite. But I have a feeling that the Yankees this year have something that will allow them to get to Game 7 and maybe win Game 7.
Well, this year, and we know the history coming in. This year alone, Astros went 5-2. I don't know how much stock I really put into that. I don't know about you, but I know the Yankees have had problems against Houston pitching this year. I think as a team they're hitting like 150, 160. But as you mentioned, you could just throw that out the window when it's postseason.
Postseason baseball is phenomenal. It's my favorite sport to cover of everything. It's a favorite postseason because it's so unpredictable. Look, the Dodgers won 111 ball games and they're gone. And you've got the Mets who are out.
Braves are out.
And the Braves are out. So 3 of the 4 teams that I thought were the best teams, I put the Astros in that group, and the Yankees close 4th or 5th. I think that this postseason is about one thing with the Yankees: hitting. I know we're going to talk about Garrett Cole, we're going to talk about Luis Severino, we're going to talk about Nestor Cortez, we're going to talk about Verlander and all of your great staff. But I still think you're right. If the Yankees can't hit, they can't win the series.
The same goes for the Astros, because frankly, the Astros have been up and down at times hitting the ball. They've rolled this pitching staff.
Right. Altuve 0 for 16 in the ALDS. That's not going to happen again. The Astros lineup is deeper, it's longer, it's better.
Yeah.
But if Stanton and Judge can produce homers, by the way, here's a great stat. They're 28-2 in games where they both hit homers since 2018. So if they both hit homers in a game, they're likely to win. It happened
against Cleveland.
Yeah. Exactly.
Absolutely.
I think if those two guys produce, I think that the Yankees have a chance, and they got to figure out ways to manufacture runs. They're not a bad ball club on the bases this year, and I think they can do that. But somebody else has to add to those two to have any shot.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun. I know Major League Baseball is excited, certainly, about this matchup. A lot of people have been wanting this. They're going to get it now. 2 here at Minute Maid, 3 there in New York if it goes to Game 5, which I think, personally, I'm going Astros in 6.
I'm going Yankees in 7.
Okay, good. That's good. I think it's going to go 6 or 7. I think it'll be a tight series.
It'll be a great series. This is what is baseball at its best, in my opinion.
Absolutely, I agree.
And like you say, bad blood, but good pitching, good batting, all the signs from the fans. It's such passion. This is great baseball, and in this day and age, baseball needs this. So I'm looking forward to it, Randy.
These are two superpowers colliding right now with a trip to the World Series on the line. He is Bruce Beck, longtime sports director, WNBC in New York. Always a pleasure,
Great
man.
to be with
Enjoy
you,
the time in Houston.
Good luck.
We'll see you in New York.
All right.
Yeah, good luck to you guys.
Here too.
There you go. Thanks, man.
You got it.
Appreciate it.